Alright guys, we're at the 2021 SEMA show in Las Vegas. We're actually in the Hitch Hotel booth, and I thought this would be something that a lot of you guys would like out there, whether you have a van, Jeep, whatever it is. You can actually tow this room behind you and not take up a lot of space, right, Gil?
Correct, 100%.
So Gil's going to give us the run through of this. I'm going to let him take over and just take us through the whole thing.
Fantastic. So the Hitch Hotel is a value proposition and also has one of the smallest footprints on the planet, insofar as this unit right here fits in 39 inches of space, which means that you can fit it in a carport, you can fit it in your garage next to your refrigerator, or when you don't have a lot of space. Well, the interesting thing about it is from 39 inches, it actually expands all the way out to 7.2 feet. So it allows to sleep two people comfortably, and maybe you could stick your dog in there or your other little tiny kids. It comes with onboard power that's also solar compatible. It has venting and ducting for heating and AC, but we also keep that up to the individual, because what we found is a lot of people like to customize these units for their own specific needs and wants. It's very overbuilt. The whole unit itself is 700 pounds dry. Okay. It has a 120-pound tongue weight, which means that it can probably be pulled by an ATV if you need it to be.
Right.
It has a frame that is aluminum, steel, that has been galvanized and powder coated. It has water barriers. The entire shell is hand-laid fiberglass, and all the windows are multi-positional. It comes with a fan. All the windows also have blinds, and they also have screens as well. There's a little mosquito netting depending on when you come from a part of the country that may or may not need it. And
so these are the acrylic windows, right, Gil?
Yeah, these are the acrylic windows, polycarbonate windows, absolutely. And if you notice, this has a lot of room in here. Okay. So I mean, I'm 5'9", and I got a lot of headroom. I got a lot of space. So two people fit very, very comfortably in here.
So how long have you guys had this product out?
So Hitch Hotel has been in existence for about 7 years.
Okay.
This is our debut.
Okay.
This is the first time anybody's actually seen the Hitch Hotel, been able to touch it inside the continental United States.
So what's the purpose of this? Like, what would someone use this for? Just extra rooms, like storage to bring stuff with them? What would they do with it?
Well, I think that a lot of people use it for what they want to use it for. I mean, you know, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into a situation where I said this was for the camper or the hiker or the hunter or whatever. I will say that the reasoning behind something like this is we've been tent campers our whole lives, and my partner, Jeff Patterson, RV guy, motocross guy. But if you don't have the resources to put into a unit that might cost you $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, or don't have the space to put something in, this is where we've come. We've been fortunate to go all over the world. We've been to Europe, we've been to Australia. There's a, you know, listen, I would love to have an $80,000 Bronco, but in Norway, they don't drive Broncos, okay?
Yeah.
And they also don't necessarily have a lot of room.
Right.
And so this sort of fulfills that niche where if you don't have a lot of room, if you live in an apartment in a carport.
Here in America, it happens to, not all of us, like not me in particular, but it happens to people. I like the idea of it just because you could fold this up, make it small, right?
You could put it in a storage unit with these things too. If you didn't have a place to keep it, you could keep it in a storage unit.
You can keep it in a storage unit. Understand, from its closed position, this thing can be opened inside of 1 minute.
So let me ask you, what does it cost?
So the MSRP on this particular product right now is $9,500.
$95.
We don't necessarily build them cheap, but we build them to last.
Right.
So as if you can see around here, all of these shells are going to nest inside of one another. This is that hand-laid fiberglass I told you about.
Okay, all right.
This right here is the cargo box. This cargo box actually will come off when you go to store the unit.
Okay.
And right here, when I talked about the power and I talked about the battery, I keep my 12-volt battery in here, but what I also do is I give you all of the ducting and all of the venting that you need to use a heating unit or an AC unit, but that's kind of up to you. That's why I say if you come from a part of the country where you need AC, you get a third-party unit and you put it in here. You might need a generator. You might need water storage. Once again, we leave that up to the individual.
So, and then what colors does it come in? Does it just...
Right now we got white.
Yeah, any color you want as long as it's white.
Exactly, 100%.
No, but that's good. You could wrap it, you could paint it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, once again, it comes with the customized. Down the road, we hope to offer all kinds of things.
Okay, and I noticed you just have this one port up. Is it just one port up there that opens?
Well, this is just a one vent on top. It has light and it has a fan. This window here on the side. We have this window here on the side, and we have the window in front.
Okay. And I like how this is, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like pleating over itself, so waterproofness here.
Right,
what have
so
you guys
if
done
you come in really close, you can see that we have two flanges that interconnect here, and I'm not necessarily the engineer, but we keep these the tolerances on this thing is very tight. That's why you're not seeing a lot of things inside that are bolted, because this thing has to nest inside each other, because when we're storing it, this is what we're dealing with, this entire amount of space.
Yeah. So what does it weigh again?
700 pounds.
700 pounds.
Dry.
Dry. And what kind of weight can it take?
1,500.
1,500.
So we put about 400 pounds of gear in here.
Okay.
Gives us a nice conservative number to work with. And if you have more than 400 pounds of gear, you might think of a different hobby.
Well, so for example, like how I have a camper van.
Right.
It's still not enough room, obviously. This is a good idea if you want to bring things with you. You can go up and down to whatever you...
Correct.
Whatever you need. So you can close it all the way if that's enough. But if you need more room,
understand
you can open it up.
This is great behind a camper van for storage, extra storage, like you say. The family of 4 maybe that has a rooftop tent, and the kids sleep in the rooftop tent. Mom and dad sleep in the Hitch Hotel in the back. An option. Once again, we're not trying to say that this is for you or this is not for you. It's per the individual and how they want to use something.
So you can't drive down the road with it open, though.
You cannot drive down the road. That is not an option.
Okay, so whatever you store needs to be limited to this space.
To this amount of space.
I just want to make that clear for people.
Absolutely.
So Walter was asking about the windows here being double paned, right, Walt?
Right, correct.
Yeah, that does give you. So they're using that in vans, for example. Look at that. Look at my hand right here. So that's thick. So that's almost like insulation itself. It gives you some, what should you say, insulative properties? Making up words.
Sound deadening too.
Yeah. This is very popular in the van world, so it's cool to see it in here. Probably adding some considerable cost.
Yeah, it adds cost, but like I said, we try to build them to last a long time. That's why inside it's fairly a minimalist inside. We don't overdo that because you might like a foam mattress, you might like an air mattress, you might like different things inside, and that's kind of up to
This is a good feature. Sure. Also, it allows you, if it's raining outside, the rain could just pour off of that. Yeah. So what hardware comes with this? I noticed you've got some kind of legs there.
Right. So underneath there's a stabilizer, so that when you're pulling,
down here?
for sure. So when you're pulling the unit out, that stabilizer also is there to help you and assist.
Independent suspension.
We have torsion suspension.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And so all of that folds up? Or
all of that folds up.
Okay.
This folds up right up into the unit.
Okay.
Come around here and you see that the little stabilizer bar would actually be taken out. Goes right there in that little storage box.
Yeah, I like that in there, yeah. Okay.
And once again, nothing here is motorized of any kind. It's all manual. Right here, Jeff is always showing you how these little wheels,
how they fold
up underneath the actual unit itself.
I see. Okay. Okay, just put a pin in.
Right.
Okay, so this is kind of how, we obviously can't demo it opening up and closing in here, but this is kind of how it works, right?
Right, and it just gives you people an idea of how the actual unit accordions up into itself to basically give you the final box unit, which is sitting right here, but as you can see right here.
So this is basically how it works and everything.
This is exactly how it works without the shells.
Okay.
Without the shells.
Yeah. I'm waiting if that video loops around. So on that video, do you have someone opening it up? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna do it and then he'll come in a minute.
Yeah, so let's just take a look at that, and if we could just, obviously there's Gil.
So they make stronger material than this.
So you just have that one storage box in there, right?
Yeah, and once again, I mean, this storage box is mainly just to make sure that you always know where that stabilizer is.
Okay.
I mean, you could use it for a bunch of other things, small things. Maybe you want to keep the the pins in there so you don't lose them.
Okay. Do you guys have any custom options for people buying these, or it's just like one thing?
At this time, right now, we don't have custom options. I mean, we're here at SEMA. This is one of the biggest platforms that you could be on in terms of automotive anything. And we're here, we're here debuting this and basically looking for strategic partnerships because, we're a small shop out of Valencia, California, and we have global interest in this product. As we mentioned before, Europe, Asia has many.
So are these built? If someone wanted to buy one of these right now, are they ready to go? Or
they are not ready.
They're not ready. How soon are they going to be ready to go?
Our goal right now is late spring or early summer of 2022. Depends on a lot of factors. I got a lot of parts floating out there in San Pedro in the ocean right now. So
yeah, everybody does.
Everybody does. So I can't overpromise and underdeliver. That's not where I'm at.
But they will be built here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think while we were talking,
we missed it.
We missed it.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Let's see.
It'll come around again as well.
If it's going to roll around again, go ahead, Walt.
One thing I noticed, having the torsion bar suspension, you get a higher ground clearance.
Right. We did this a little bit for the show. We put a 2,000-pound torsion bar on here as opposed to the 1,500 one on here, and we gave this a little bit longer wheelbase. Obviously, if I jack this up too much, it's not going to level up for me, because we're not building this right now just for an overlander or an off-road client.
Can I get a rack up there if I wanted to? I know
You could.
A window.
You could.
It's got a plate on the backside, and you just screw it together. Same with here. This is screwed to this side.
There is a spare tire right here. So once again, that's how this unit comes off, and that's how it stores right next to it when it's there. And we actually have one that has shelves in it, so it can compartmentalize your units or use it for storage.
Okay. It'll be cool if you could take that off and put that up there. Well, I guess it'd be heavy if you had it just down.
Yeah, I mean, we've only taken it off when we're storing it.
Yeah.
But eventually, you could do a rack system on there.
I would want to do something. I don't know exactly where that opening is.
I mean, unfortunately, I only have it on my phone, but what I can show you, just so you know.
Yeah. If that opening was actually off to one side or another, it would make it easier to put a permanent rack up there. Well, if it was off to one side.
So if you see here, we took my little motorcycle, we go ahead and put it on the front with a little tray, and then in the back, little Honda, yeah. And then we get it, and we put our bikes back there as well. So, that's just, once again, options for whoever needs it. The kids want to ride the bikes, that's what we put it up there for.
I like it. All right, Gil, thanks so much for all of this. What kind of frequently asked questions do you get from folks? I know you're just doing this, debuting it here at the show, but I'm sure you've gotten a lot of questions. Hit me with a couple of those.
Silly questions or good questions?
Both. It's all good.
The silliest question I get is, where's the bathroom?
Oh.
I think because I called it a hotel, people want me to give them a bathroom.
Put a shovel.
No bathroom, no bell desk, no concierge, no bathroom. It's not even, the most questions is people just don't understand the concept. It's a very, very out-of-the-box system. With storage, I mean, people are used to a small travel trailer, which you still need that driveway, or you still need that space
But with today's tech, you could put a cassette toilet in there. You can do whatever you want to do.
As far as I know, tents have never had toilets, so we're going the next exactly.
Shovel.
Exactly. But yeah, I think most of the questions are really just a lot of the things that we touched on, like how heavy is it? What can tow it?
Okay.
Really, it's only 39 inches of space. Like, that seems really weird. I mean, one of the interesting things is this has a VIN number on it, and it says 7 feet, and I wonder how many people out there can find a trailer that's 7 feet long.
Yeah. I like the idea. I've seen trailers go up. I've never really seen one go out in a
like an accordion. It's like an accordion.
Like accordion. Very great idea. Thanks so much.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Look forward to seeing more from you guys. Thank you. All right, guys. We're out. Peace.